Did you? There we go.
Thank you, Des.
Boom. Got
All
you.
right, team. I am really excited today for the Just Serve team meeting. We have someone joining us today who's not only a strong producer, but someone I actually genuinely admire because of her drive and her momentum with her team. She's built an incredible social media presence. I share her stuff and I tell my social media person all the time, hey, can we make something just like this? And she's experienced powerful team growth over the past couple of years that I've known her. What I admire most about Desiree is how she's used social media as a tool to grow her business, build relationships, and expand her team. And she has a wealth of knowledge she's willing to share with our team. So everybody, send her a big clap, hands out loud. Thank you, Des. We're going to learn from someone who's actually doing things that many of us want to do, right? So right now, make sure if you are on our team, you should have your camera on so she can see your lovely faces. Grab a piece of paper and a pen. Close down your Facebook, guys. This is not the time to be on Facebook or any other apps. You should be paying attention and be ready to drop some questions because at the end, Des, if you don't mind, I would like to open it up because our team likes to it's not about me, it's
Oh,
about them.
100%. Yeah,
So if at the end
absolutely.
questions in the chat, please drop them. And everyone, please help me welcome Desiree Blas.
Woohoo! I'm excited to be here. First off, Heather, thank you. I look up to you. Like you're always in the front row. You're saving me a seat. You always pour value. If I ask any questions, you've helped me a ton. And a lot of my agents actually wrote down a ton of things that you said on stage. So I thank you for that. And they're implementing it. So just, I love this industry because you get to meet really great people, great business partners, but also great friends. Every event I see you, you're always hugging me. You're always, we're always chatting and it's, we all win at the top. And so anything I can do to help out, but I appreciate you. So you guys have a great mentor leading the way.
Well, thank you so much, Des. Thank you for pouring into our team. We all know how little time we have in a day, and we don't take it lightly that you're spending some of yours with us. So thank you. I'm going to have you mute whoever. Alex, I'm going to have you mute. Um,
There we
there we
go.
go.
Yeah.
So, Des, I'd like to start with basically your story first and foremost. I know we saw you on stage, but a couple people weren't there. It would be great just to kind of hear deeper into your story of how you got started into the industry and then
Yeah.
what you did in the early days. What did it look like for you as a brand new agent?
Yeah. So when I found the industry, I was a licensed real estate agent. So I was already in sales. Maybe some of you guys, this is your first sales gig, but in real estate, I enjoyed it. Maybe you've seen Selling Sunset. I don't know, but real estate is also commission based. So when we talk about 100% commission based, you don't get paid until a deal is done. And so in real estate, I didn't have leads. I also didn't even know that was my first sales thing. And I was like, lead, I mean, we didn't have leads, so we had to go create our own pipeline. So that just meant talking to family and friends. And so for 7 months, Heather, I didn't sell a home. 7 months. But in the 7 months of being a brand new real estate agent, I was actively prospecting is the word, what they call it, right? Cold calling people who didn't want to be called, cold door knocking neighborhoods. I was doing open houses for other agents just to try and make like connections with potential clients. I was printing out flyers and putting them in Starbucks and small businesses. I was going to different things. I was like, hey, can I put my flyer here? No, you can't. Well, come on, like, let me put my flyer here. I was doing all of that. And it took me 7 months to sell my first home. Then I started to develop more relationships. And then at that point, I was selling some homes. It was becoming more comfortable. But the thing is with real estate, and that's why I tell people if you're in a sales industry or not even in sales, like even for traditional people who have a traditional career, your job's not safe. People get laid off all the time, right? So when I was in real estate, I was like, man, like I really like real estate. But the thing is, it could be inconsistent because I'm still new. I can sell, like, there was one point I sold 5 homes and maybe made, I don't know, 50 or 40 grand. I don't know, somewhere around along those lines. But that was all the money I made that entire year. So
Mm.
it was like inconsistent. I was like, man, I need something like when the market is slow or low, I can do something. And then I saw somebody that I went to high school with that I didn't really talk to. That's why social media is so freaking powerful. I personally don't like to go down the rabbit hole of social media. Like I was scrolling even before getting on here and I was like, no, I got to stay focused. I got to get off. So it's so powerful because if I wasn't on that person's story on Instagram and I didn't click it at the moment I did, because everybody knows a story disappears after 24 hours, I wouldn't be here. And it wasn't even his post. He didn't even make, guys, this is so crazy. He didn't even make the post. He reposted it. He reposted it. Somebody else's, whatever they made, a video. And I was intrigued. And I was like, all I did was I slid up and I said, what's this? Right? So the thing is, everybody's watching your freaking story. I'm telling you, they're watching it. You don't need the likes. You don't need the fire emojis. They're watching. And when during a desperate time, they will reach out. It might not be in a day or a week. It might be months. It might be years. But if you're consistently posting, consistency breeds credibility. It creates trust because they're like, is Heather still doing that insurance thing? Yeah, dude, Heather's been here for a couple years. She's still freaking here. It's not something she's going to try out, right? So you build your credibility by being consistent, not the other way around. People are like, I need to be so polished. I need to do this. I need to take a professional picture. No, because all your friends right now, if Prez makes a sale and tags Andrea, and then that's your marketing, that's your advertisement. So somebody else posted that, and I was in a dark time. I wouldn't say dark. I mean, I was still alive. Like I was living at my parents' house, and I was just like, I need to do something. Like I need to find another opportunity, another career because I loved real estate, but I wasn't like proud to say I'm a real estate agent because I was like, dude, I have nothing in the pipeline. Like no money's coming in. I got to do something. I don't want to go back to school. I tried it. I got accepted into nursing school and I was like, I don't have $175,000 and I don't want to be in student loan debt for 20 years, being in a career that I'm not like passionate about. I knew I wanted to help people. And I was just like, okay, what's this? All from a story post. So right
Wow.
now, guys, you don't need the perfect plan. You just need to do something. And here's the thing, we didn't have Chat GPT back then. You guys could literally just, hey, chat, I'm an insurance agent. Tell it what you want. I'm an insurance agent and I have social media tools for free. Everyone's posting. I have no clue what to post. Can you help me just come up with a 3-part plan that I could do and execute weekly? So if you're on here and you're like, well, where do I start? I don't care if it's Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, like there's so many free platforms that you guys could execute on. Do you have to spend most of your time should not be spent on there? This is like outside of IPAs, obviously, right? But you need to operate like a business owner because everybody else is doing it and you don't want to get left behind. Don't think you have to be perfect. Just post. If Heather makes a sale and she tags all of you guys, that's free marketing. Oh, look, I helped the family do 15,000, got their final expenses and I made 1,000. And then they see you post, and then Prez post, and then Kaya post, and then everyone posts, and then you're just tagging everybody. They're like, oh, Heather's working with like 15 other people. What is she doing? What is she doing? And then boom, their boss pisses that other person off, and then they slide up and they're like, Heather, what's this? Can you talk to me about it? Right? Didn't Grady
Absolutely.
say it took I don't know, it took him like 2 years to respond back to Andrew Taylor? It was something crazy like that.
And
People
now
are
he's making crazy
watching.
money.
Yeah. Right? People are watching. So that I think it's so important. And yeah, I went on a little tangent, but I just wanted to
No, no,
say,
actually,
yeah.
you actually did something you don't even know this though, as I really suck at social media. I do, and I think a lot of people will hear that and feel it for you. And I think I also think you made a really good point that you don't have to worry about whether you suck or not, just post, right? But
Yeah.
the biggest thing you said to me, and you said to the group was, everybody knows the story disappears. Desiree, I had no freaking idea the story
Oh,
disappeared after
what?
20.
Let's go.
So just that alone is going to tell me, well, shoot, I need to post a story at least once a day.
Yes,
Like
Heather.
I
Yes.
didn't even know that. So
Yeah.
that's huge. So if you're a new agent or if you're dumb-tarded with technology, 24 hours, post a story. I'm assuming Facebook, correct?
So my Instagram's linked to my Facebook.
Okay, I think mine is too. I think I've at least
Yes,
got that.
that story
So
will disappear on Facebook as well. Yeah.
and then the other thing I thought you mentioned was really cool is you are, first and foremost, being, not making money for 7 months. That can be really something that agents start with, not just the 7 months, but as a new agent, it can get really frustrating if we're putting the activity in. Let's just say they're putting the actual activity in, and they're not making the sale within the first week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and it can get really frustrating. So pause that because I also want to say another thing you reminded me of was I spoke to Janelle Yee,
Janelle
Stephen
Yee.
Yee's,
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Janelle, the
yeah,
short hair.
yeah,
Yeah, she's
Janelle, yeah,
awesome. Yeah.
love her. And she gave me this really big tip, guys. Write it down. Go. I did it on my phone. I again tech tarded. Big View, VU. Do you know about it? Big
Big
View,
deal.
VU.
No.
Oh my gosh, it is the coolest app. I've been playing around with it, just learning about it. If you see a little baby on my website, on my Facebook thing, he talks like an adult. My daughter thinks it's dumb, but it was my first practice AI generated thing. And this
Really?
this app does can actually have a script going and it can make you a script and it you can look at your phone and actually read it versus um
Really? Oh, I
having
asked
it
to,
like
is it this one? I just pulled it up on my screen. This? Big View?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
Put it on
snap.
your phone and it literally has a script that goes on your phone and you can read it as you're talking. It can make your face look nice. Of course, it doesn't take away everything, doesn't take away double chins and all that stuff. But it it's I've only had it since I think I downloaded it like 2 days ago. And I will use those and put them on my story and I'll just put them on my calendar. So just a little tip for
Nice.
everybody. Don't be making one now, focus on the team call, but
Right.
it's something for you to add to your toolbox. So
Let's do
while I
that.
was saying that, the 7 month thing, that hit me because a lot of agents get frustrated with
Mm-hmm.
amount of times, even myself. Like, how long is it going to take for our team to be making $1 million a month? How long is it going to be taking? I remember this. Like, how long did it take you even to hit 40,000 a month? Right? What was your highest
Yeah.
month, Des? Just so you can give us
With
an idea.
annuity volume, I believe it was 80,000.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. Good job. Good job.
Thank you. Yeah.
Um, how do you get over as a new agent that
Oh,
frustration
yeah,
level?
man. I love this question because in the moment when I was new, I probably wanted to quit 15 to 20 different times, maybe 70 different times in that first year. But I knew I wasn't going to quit, but I was like, man, it's like I this sucks, right? But I think again, when I was new, I look back and I'm like, man, if somebody would have just told me that I'm building a business and like a business is going to take time, I think I would, because I was looking for immediate gratification. I was comparing, like, I was like, dude, that guy sold a bunch of policies, but of course he's been here. So I'm very big on like, don't compare your chapter one to somebody else's chapter like 25 and just know where you're at. And like, if you stay in your lane and you follow what your mentor's saying or what YouTube saying, I taught a lot, like I taught myself a lot from YouTube and I was seeking the information. But if you're a resourceful person and you understand, again, delayed gratification, you're building a business, you're not just like starting a hobby, right? You're building a business. You're leaving your 9 to 5 or your W-2 to build a business. You go like because we're all used to getting a paycheck every 2 weeks, right? So you literally have to break your mindset. We're shifting gears. We're no longer W-2 mindset. We're business minded. And so what does that look like as a business CEO operator? And you could Google this. The average business owner doesn't get like profitable until 1 to 2 years. It's not going to take you 1 to 2 years here in insurance, guys. It might take you a few months if you're really, really pushing it. But the struggle with new agents is that they'll try hard for a week or 2 weeks and then they let their foot off the gas and then now they have to build up that momentum and that's not how it works. So I love working. I'll use an example. Who here has played sports? Right? A lot of us. Okay. So like I love working with athletes because they number one, they know how to get coached. And then number two, they understand delayed gratification. They show up to practice 2 times a day. They're doing the same movements over and over, the monotonous things. They didn't just get great all of a sudden. They put in the time, energy, and effort and they mastered the basics to get really good. And so
Right.
there's the rule of 10,000, right? It takes 10,000 hours to master a skill. So I sit down and I have that expectation with agents. I say, hey, you're probably not going to make a sale your first day or your first week. It might take you a month. How are you going to respond to that? Are you going to show up the next week and still invest into leads and still call people up? Because it's going to be hard, right? And I want to
Yeah.
make sure you understand that because if we do anything great in life, it's not going to come easy. We know that. But I like spell it out for them. And I'm like, this is what's going to happen. The average business owner doesn't become profitable for a year. I'm not saying that's going to happen with you, but it's going to take 30, 40, 60, 90 days. So can you hang tight with me for 90 freaking days? Don't waver. Don't take your foot off the gas. Like, can you actually put your nose down and work regardless of the outcome without freaking complaining? Because it's not going to happen overnight. You might like there are some people, and that's why again, social media could be a double-edged sword because you might see somebody, oh my gosh, new agent sold 50 grand in their first month. Dude, that's not very common, right? So don't measure there. Just if you know every single day you're doing everything that you can, you're following what the hell Heather's saying, like you're just trust the process, right? There's always like people want a big promise, but they won't go through the process of that, right? If I said, "Hey Heather, you could be a millionaire," right? In 3 years, but it's going to like this is all the things that are going to happen. Are you still going to stick through for 3 years? Right?
Right, right.
Financial services creates the most millionaires in America. You guys are here. This is it. This is it. We know a lot of millionaires. We're up and coming. We could do it. So like
You
don't
have to
yeah.
trust yourself. You have
Yeah.
to trust the business. Like people do it, like you're saying. Absolutely. A
Dude, yeah,
hundred
there's no
percent.
difference. There's no difference with like we have the same license. So you have to understand that because the biggest enemy is here. It's like your own mind. That's why we say this. It's like so it's again cliche, but it's the truth. This industry is 90% mindset, 95, I would argue, 95% mindset because our job's not physically hard. Guys, we have a computer, we call people up, we're not face to face. I used to go face to face when I started, and there were some scary homes I used to go into, but like, dude, the worst that could happen is somebody cusses at you and okay, hang up the phone and call them again. It's not physically hard, it's mentally hard, and you need to be sharpening your mind every day
Yeah,
every day. And
agree.
what I love about this industry is that, cool, I'm a business owner. I love it. And like, but the thing is, what it's done for me as a person, yeah, my financials have changed a ton, but like it's sharpened me as a person. Like my mindset's different. I carry myself different. Like my confidence is different. My intention is different when I'm talking to somebody. All from this industry. So I will take whatever heat is going to throw at me if I turn into this person over here. If I could give back and contribute over here, right? If I could hop on this call and give you some guys some sort of like hope or inspiration, that's great, right? And I do want to say everything that I do, it's not through me. Like God brought me through the way because I know that if there's something I could do to help somebody, like that's what I want to do. Because I remember
Right.
being an agent on the other side of the screen, driving, crying, like, is this really gonna work? Like, I don't know. Like, oh my gosh, like I didn't believe in myself, but I believed in something more. Right. I was just trusting the process. So
I'm really I'm really
yeah.
glad I wasn't the only one, Des, crying.
No, no, I was crying.
Right.
I was like, get the hell up. Like, we can go.
Yeah.
Like, this is not,
So at
you
least you
know,
guys have to know it's normal, right? I mean,
yeah,
like you have to understand that I'm gonna put a couple things here. As you said, you wanted to quit about 15 to 70 times. I actually just exactly the same thing, like crying like constantly, like how
yeah,
can I make this work? Because I think the mindset it's hard to envision $1 million when you've never even thought about making it.
yeah.
Like you don't, it's a really hard thing. That's for other people,
Hmm.
right? But in reality, it's not. Um, the other thing I think I picked up on for you is you said something about you self-taught on YouTube. Guys, her and I, we came into the industry right when COVID had just hit and the industry took a turn. So
Hmm.
there was not what you guys have today. You guys have every single meeting. Our schedules are packed weekly with meetings that you can pull information from. Additionally, Des, I don't know about you, but for my team, I try my hardest now. It's very difficult with all that we have to do, but to actually post YouTube shorts or YouTube whatever of Sean, anybody I admire, which are the people that I too self-taught myself with at the beginning, right?
Yeah,
And so now I just share that stuff, whatever they have recent, I share that with my team. Those are our resources, guys. Our team calls, our weekly calls, anything you can get yourself to. It people will skip them. People will
yeah,
skip them thinking, oh, I got to go write this policy. Oh, I got to finish this client. Well, you shouldn't have freaking scheduled your client that close to the meeting to begin with. Be smart, guys, because the hour that you're taking for a meeting is literally going to give you extra money in the future,
right.
right? So just some things there, and then sharpen your mind daily. Every day, that's what I encourage my team to do is just to write, to listen to something daily, at least 30 minutes. So thank you for that.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
Des, let's talk a little because your social media, I'm really impressed with. Tell me a little about if you could walk us through, like maybe just the weekly and then daily social media? Like, what are you, do you have anything organized? Do you
Yeah.
have like sporadic posts? Like, what do you do?
You know what's so funny is as you were talking, I'm actually doing a TikTok live right now. I was like, oh, might as well just put this on TikTok live. So I hope this is helpful for people. Because I'm like, if I'm doing the meeting already, let me just stack this and see who's going to show up and watch. And like, it's just like getting more exposure out there.
I don't even
But
know how to do that.
yeah, I mean, you could go Facebook Live, right? Is that a thing?
There you
Facebook
go.
Live?
We're going Facebook. Everybody should go Facebook Live
So
right now.
whenever Heather, you're doing it because you have so much value that people need, they need to see it. Dude, I remember when I first saw Heather before I physically met her on a podcast, I was like, I need to meet that lady. I need to meet her. Like I love her passion, I love her drive, and people are drawn to that. So people need to hear you're already, doing this call. Might as well make it live. Let's see who the hell's gonna show
That's
up.
right. Let's introduce ourselves. Ready?
Yeah,
Are you live?
yeah, I'm live.
Is anybody else live? Raise your hand. If you're not live on Facebook, okay, Lori's live. Good. Who else is live?
Oh,
Alex. Come on, Alex.
yeah,
Mike. Mike can do it. Prez, you're Facebook king. You should be live right now.
right.
All right. For everybody who's on Facebook or TikTok or any of the social media things, we've got here on our team call, we got Des, Des Blas,
Loss,
Desiree
yeah,
Blas. All right,
yeah.
she is here with us on our team call with her team, and we're talking about social media and how we
How
can
to build
go.
a business.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how to build a business. So Des, you had asked. I mean, I had asked you essentially. Do you have a schedule? Do you have like a setup of exactly what you do per week and then per day?
Yeah, so as far as social media goes, so think about this kind of like what we're talking about, like stacking your time, or they call it habit stacking. I didn't make that up. I think James Clear, I think you're doing something already that you want to be doing something else that is more productive at the same time. So for example, if Heather knows she has to hit 10,000 steps in a day, but she has to do a strategy call with one of her top producing agents, she might go for a walk while she's on the phone with her agent, right? So that's like habit stacking. So for me, we're still top producers, Heather and I. So if Heather is actually doing the calls and she cares about the client, I've heard her. I've heard her like we were at not Cabo, Cancun. Dude, she was on the pool at Cancun making a sale in her what are those things called? The little tent thing?
Cabana, the
A cabana,
cabana.
whatever the hell it's called, right? She was in her cabana and I'm like, I'm sitting in the pool, but I'm listening to her. I'm like, yo, Heather's a G, like she's really good with the client on the phone, right? So you're already making your calls, Heather. You could record. So if Camden has an extra phone or you like I have an extra phone right here, I'll show you right
Extra
here.
phone.
My
Yeah,
yeah. Well, this is my personal phone, but like I have an
that's
extra phone,
smart.
right? It's you're a top producer, just get like a quick little phone that could record you. Get a little stand, $20 on Amazon. Do what you're doing on a daily basis, but record it. And if you remember something funny that the client said, right? You're like, oh, I'm going to clip
Mm,
that, put it on Instagram. So every
I
day I'm
love
recording
that.
some clips. Maybe something might help me out. Okay. And then from there, I do Kaya, actually, shout out to Kaya. She's probably on the phone with like a client or something. She helps me with my social media. Remember how I told you I really don't like looking at stuff online because I go down rabbit holes? Maybe you guys are good at that and you have like the discipline to be like, get off. She might see a post that someone posts and she's like, Des, you should recreate this. We're all about copy and pasting. Go on my page, copy and paste what I do. I don't care. Right? I'm like, please, because
Exactly.
everything that I do, I've probably copied from somewhere else. Or you're on Facebook or TikTok or Instagram and you see a like look up life insurance or something and you're like, I really like what that guy posted or it had a lot of likes. Save that video, recreate it yourself. Okay, so I'll
Right.
try to post like a client call one week. They call it, I mean, Kaya's really good at this stuff. I think it's called a trend, something that's trending, and then maybe something about
Trending.
lifestyle. Yeah, something trending, right? And so again, if you don't know what I'm saying, just ask chat, just be like, yo, but then Heather, if you make a video, put it on all platforms. Put it on
Yeah.
uh, your Instagram should be connected to your Facebook, right? And then there's YouTube Shorts, like you said, and then there's what is it, TikTok? And dude, I know some people who have freaking Snapchat. I don't even have like I should probably get back on Snapchat when I was just listening to that, right? So copy and paste. There you go. Boom, client call, lifestyle mindset, right? Because some people don't want to see insurance,
Thanks,
insurance,
Kaya.
insurance. Yeah. They're not like insurance, 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 insurance. They're like, no, they want to see that you're a real human. You're walking your dog, you're hanging out with your family. You're traveling for work, and then you're having fun with the team. You're doing a team call. You made a sale. They want to see that stuff because they could relate. It doesn't have to be super like insurancy,
So
right?
is that minimum per day? a trend, a client call, and a lifestyle or mindset? Is that per day?
Oh,
Oh,
great,
per
great
week.
question. Yeah, per week for a post. So there's a story that disappears,
Story.
then there's a post that will always be on your page. You guys should
Okay.
start with, write this down. Here's your plan, your content plan. Start with
I'm doing
three
it.
posts or reels a week at least. Right? So something you're
Okay.
gonna post on your,
Three
yeah,
posts or reels per week.
yeah, post slash a reel, right? A week. At least start with three, okay? But you need to be
Okay.
posting on your story every day. Desiree, what do I post on my story
Yeah,
every day? I got
24 hours apparently, guys.
yeah, right. So here are four things you could post on your story if you're like, well, what do I post? Because we don't want just insurance, 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 right? So I got this from the person who helped me step out of my comfort zone. She told me this because she teaches social media, and everything that we learn, we just take and we just pass it on to other people. So here are the four things you should post on your story. Number one, your face of some sort. It could be a video, it could be a picture, a selfie. Maybe you're like, yo, I'm going to the gym. Real quick, please. You don't have to like, word vomit on your story all the time. Like, people have a short attention span, right? So you're just like,
Right.
going on a walk, hitting my 10,000 steps a day or whatever, like walking my dog, hanging out with my kids, or a selfie, like, gonna conquer the day. So something with your face. The second thing is something of value. I love reposting quotes. If you guys follow me, you're like, oh, there's a quote. So you could search successful quotes, or maybe you have a favorite quote or a Bible verse or something. When I say value, you're providing value to your audience.
Love it.
Okay. And then the third thing is your work ethic. So that's where you post the Zoom. You guys could take a picture or a video like, yo, crushing the team call right now, getting a lot of value. It could be a picture, it could be a video, right? So your work ethic, they see you're working, you're freaking putting it, you just sold a policy, you're going to the event, okay? And then the fourth thing is your lifestyle. You're at the gym, walking the dog, watching the game, hanging out with the friends, right? Like some sorts showing you're a real human. That's not just work, work, work. And it's very, diversified in your story, and you should post on your story every day. Okay. But then
Perfect.
your real, your actual posts that will be on your profile at least three times a week. Obviously, increase it as you get better, but I don't want to overload you guys. So at least three, and then post on your story every day. That's what I would say.
Awesome. Guys, that was a blueprint of amazingness.
Yeah.
If you don't do that, then you're just not caring about your business. And you have to remember this is your business.
Yeah.
I think that's really key is a lot of people think this is 9 to 5 and they're just going to make money and they're not. This is
Yeah.
your business. A business is marketed. And she just gave you the freaking blueprint of your business. And that's just a start. Like take that, work it into your schedule. Everybody knows that I'm like massive about schedule. Put that in outside of dial time to begin with, right?
Yes.
Outside of dial time. Maybe you wake up a half an hour early to do a couple things and then you stay, at dinner time you post some of your dinner stuff. I love that. That was amazing. Like I think we're done now. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is outstanding. I
Yeah.
appreciate that so much because that's going to help me significantly.
100%.
Um,
And one
dang.
last thing that I'll say too when it comes to social media, because guys, I personally, again, I don't like to give my time and attention to something that could like really derail me, which it can. But just you guys are here leading yourself as business owners, just be structured and disciplined. So, like, you should know your non negotiables should be your income producing activities. Then you guys make money. And if you don't want to do social media, you could pay somebody to do it, right? And it
Right.
doesn't have to be an arm and a leg, but social media is where it's at. It's the digital handshake. People will look you up on social media before they freaking look up your resume, right?
Yep.
I had
100%.
what my first year when I started getting into telesales, or second year, I forget where it was. I had an 80-year-old look me up, Heather, and I wasn't branded on social media or anything yet. I still had real estate as my old like title. And
Right.
I think I lost the sale because the 85-year-old got spooked. Dude, 80-year-olds will look you up on Google and they're gonna find your social profiles while you're trying to sell them. And if your profile doesn't match what you're telling them who you are, their credibility is it's gonna be confusing. They're like, Desiree, you said that you were an insurance agent, but why does it say real estate? And then I'm like, like I'm like, well, I did do real estate, but now I'm doing insurance. Like, what else are you doing on the side, right? So that's when it
Absolutely.
hit me in the face, and I was like, okay, I can't keep staying away from social media because I don't like it. I need to do
Yeah.
something about it because people will look you up. Like, go with the times. It's 2026. Like, we got to do something now. It doesn't have to be magical. It doesn't have to be professional. You don't need a fancy headshot. but we are in sales where you can make a lot of money and pay that out, right? So take a picture with your iPhone with a blank background or something, right? Don't be like, barbecuing at the grill on your profile picture. Like, they want to see somebody that's a friendly face, a smile. It doesn't have to be perfect. Brush your hair, like smile, get some good lighting, you're good, right? So, yeah, just make sure they know if they click on your page, okay, life insurance agency owner or life insurance agent, life insurance broker, whatever it is. They're like, okay, cool. Heather is who she says she is. That's great, fantastic, whatever. Right?
Yep.
I think I had a client look me up on YouTube, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I didn't say anything like bad. I mean, I never say anything bad. I was like, oh, that's great. You saw me on YouTube, but anyways, and then I like go back to the script. So yeah,
Well, and I think, I mean, for me, and I'm going to give you guys a little tip as well. My team pretty much knows it because they hear it. But for your team, just so you know, one of the ways that I help my clients a little bit more, or I try to, is a lot of times they struggle with that signature, the signature
yeah,
process, right? Now, I have an iPhone, so if they have an iPhone, I can easily FaceTime them, right?
easy, yeah.
Which is so huge because guess what? If we're sharing screens, I can actually ask them, do you have access to Facebook? A lot of, like you said, the 80-year-olds, they do, right?
Mhm.
Guess what? Say, okay, go to your Facebook. You can see it on their screen. Click on there. Make friends with them on Facebook because they can
Yeah,
establish that relationship with you. I do it all the time. Now,
yeah.
if they don't have an iPhone, and you need that signature, guess what? Facebook is a way to do that.
Oh,
So,
they have a video call there. I forgot.
yes,
Wait, that's a
yes,
hack. You guys need to write that down. I totally forgot. You could freaking
yes,
go on Facebook and video call them.
absolutely. So, if they don't, if they're an Android user and they have Facebook, of course they have to have that ability, right? You have them. So I have fun story, and make sure that this is you too. There's lots of Heather Colettis and there's lots of Heather Robisons, but there's only one Heather Coletti Robison. You should go find me right now. And you have to spell it correctly, Colletti and
Mm,
Robeson. If you screw up one letter, it's going to send you to who knows what. But so when I tell that to my clients, and I literally say that same thing. So if your name is common on Facebook, make your name something uncommon. So you are
yeah,
the only one, right? And then
yeah.
they find me and I say, and I always keep my picture the same. I always keep it my logo for my business. That
Nice.
way I can say, if you see a purple circle with a heart and a bird in it, they're like, oh yeah, I see that. Click it. So then they
Mm-hmm.
click it, right? I say, okay, add it as a friend or follow, right? Whatever it says. Some people says follow. So you guys probably know why. I don't know why. Sometimes it says follow. Sometimes it says add a friend, whatever the reasoning is. But anyways, they do that. And then I can share,
Yeah.
they can share their screen and I can help them with that signature. Right. And then also it displays a point of trust. Like I'm not going to lie to them. I'm
Yeah.
literally going to be there until I die,
Mm-hmm.
or they do, one or the other. I hope,
Yeah.
I don't know who I hope to go first because that's God's choice. But
Right.
I'm there. And if they, a lot of times I've had clients reach out to me through social media, through Facebook, because maybe they lost their phone
Yeah.
and they don't have their phone numbers. But everybody always knows how to relog onto Facebook.
Wait, that's actually huge. That's such a hack. I'm actually right. Okay, that's good. That's good because people will lose their phone or change their phone number. Wow.
100%.
Okay, I just learned something really good.
100%.
Thanks,
So,
Heather.
but the important part is keeping your Facebook up to date, and that is huge, or your social media or whatever. I use Facebook because I don't know, it's just the easiest one for me, and I have found the most common things with people who use Facebook as our
Right.
clients. So, and it is my personal one. It's not my business one, right? It's my actual personal page. So,
Yeah.
um,
And I would say this too, if people are wondering, should I do a business or a personal? I just say start with your personal. Just keep
mhm.
it, for me, keep it all in one is what I would suggest people to do.
We
Because,
didn't have
yeah,
a business until we got a logo. Then we
yeah,
started a business one.
yeah,
That was basically. So as far as your logo goes, guys, if you're questioning what that means, is when your team is writing $100,000 a month, 2 months in a row, you can ask for a logo from Family First Life and so on and so forth. That's when
right.
we developed our brand. And that's
Nice.
when we had broke off and had Just Serve Insurance Solutions. So anyways, thank you, Des. That was huge. That was actually ridiculously huge.
Good.
All right, one more question, and then I'm going to open up to the chat. So start. start putting questions in the chat for Des. And if not, I'll just keep asking questions. If you could give our team just one piece of advice to grow, because we're looking to grow fast. I know you are too. But one piece of advice to grow faster this year, what would it be?
Ooh, to grow faster this year. I think leading from the front. So like if, you know, there's a lot because it's for me personally, like what calls out to me is like I want people, I believe in people so much, Heather, that I'm like, come on, guys, like if you just buy more leads, if you just do this, like, and then my production dips a little bit because I'm trying to pour into people that are they're all at different stages in believing in themselves. But I think if you put your head down and you work on you and you master your craft and you refine it and you're posting daily, the right people will come, right? And I think leading from the front. So if Zay was like, "Yo, Des, like you keep telling me to recruit, and I don't even like you're not even doing anything." It's hard to follow someone who's not really leading from the front at the same time. And again, you have so much help here that just be a master of your craft, study on your off hours too, like get it dial longer. If Heather's doing 40 grand a month and she's doing $300 a day, be like, cool, I'm going to do $500 a day. Try to do more to get to that point where you develop that mastery of skill, right? Be a
Right,
master of your craft. I would say start with that because that's in your control. Now, everything we talked about today, still do that. Sprinkle it on top. Don't switch social media time to your dial time, right? That should be 80% of your day is just income producing activities. And you need to master your own self discipline because it was hard for me my first year. I would go to the gym at like freaking 11 a.m. and I didn't even dial yet, right? I was like, oh, I'm going to do this. And so you're learning how to navigate yourself. But we have the blueprint for you guys to follow. And I would say, freaking lead from the front. Don't be afraid to post on social media, right? And almost every agent, now that we've talked about it, just from posting on their story, they've at least had 2 or 3 people slide up on their story and ask what they're doing. Did they convert to a recruit? No. But people are watching what you're doing. And if you keep
right,
doing it every day, and if you don't, it goes back to sales. Like you're brand new, you invest into leads, you might not make a sale your first week. Cool.
right.
Keep going. Just the same thing. If you post on social media and people try it for 2 weeks, they're like, nothing happened. Or I brought 2 people to the BOM and nothing happened. I'm like, dude, keep doing it. Keep posting. Focus on what you can control, which is your personal sales, and then putting a story on Instagram just for doing your job. Just remember that. So that's what I would say. I would say focus on being leading from the front, being a master of your craft, and let everybody know what the hell you're doing, and the right people will come. And don't expect immediate results. Be again, delayed gratifications where it's at.
I do have social media as one of my goals for the day, and I think everybody should. I think that that's huge. You've got to put social media in. And now that you said all that, you've helped us to define what that means. Because you
Yeah.
can say dial, and what's the definition of that? Is that a text? Is that, what is it? You can
Yeah.
say time worked is a goal. What is the definition of that? Social media, now we know what the definition is,
The
right?
metrics. Yeah.
Yep. And then leading from the front, I think that's really important. Every new agent, even us who've been in the industry for a while, we all we all are here at different phases. And when you're leading from the front as a new agent, bringing people on, you just need to show up. That's your first goal. Show
Yes.
up and be consistent, showing up to all the meetings, all the live dials, all the everything. Unmute yourself so your agents can see you and hear you. Unmute yourself so other agents on the team can hear you and see you. Because by you leading from the front, you're helping somebody else, which in turn, like the Bible verse at the beginning, you're going to profit from that, even if
Yeah.
it's somebody not under you, right? So I think that's huge. And then don't be afraid to post. That's 100% true. Don't know what to post? You just said it. Chat GPT. Like literally, Chat GPT will help you. You just put in some ideas and it'll make a whole script. And now we know Big View will put your script on your phone and you can
Yeah.
read it directly. And you don't have to post it. If you think you look ugly, delete it and do it again.
Yeah.
Right?
Wait,
It's
somebody said
huge.
that at convention that I'm actually going to pick up. So Kaya, hold me to this because I'm one, if I mess up, you might see me do it 10 times, but they said that 3 take rule. Do you remember hearing that on stage? You guys
I
remember that?
didn't. Tell me about
Yeah.
that one.
It was
Retake rule.
basically, yeah, if you, because we have a tendency, if we screw up on camera, we keep redoing it, redoing it, redoing it, redoing it until we get it right. And that could be 10 or 15 or 20 different times because you're like
Ah,
obsessed with making it perfect. He said he only does it 3 times, and whatever the third one is, that's it. So it
that's
just,
good.
because the hardest part is just posting, right? And maybe you might
Right,
not even
right,
post because you didn't like it. And that's happened to me a couple times. And I was like, no, F that. Like, just freaking post it, right?
right,
Um,
right.
and one last thing that I'll say, and I'm going to put this in the chat, this helped me a ton because I used to worry what other people thought. Like, oh my gosh, all my gym friends are going to be like, oh, she's posting that insurance thing or whatever. But it's not about them because you can never say the wrong thing to the right person. Just like
Right,
when I
right.
was there on the other side of the screen needing something desperately. Forget what other people are going to say. So what if you brought 5 people to the BOM, or maybe you invited 5 and only one showed up? Forget the other 4 because you can never say the wrong thing to the right person,
Yeah,
right? But if you're not
100%.
doing your part in spreading what this opportunity could do for them or other people, then you're never going to be, you're never going to be growing a team. Like, why are you here? We're here to
Right.
make an impact. We're here to obviously, find financial freedom. And that starts with building a team, building an agency. You never know, right? You never know whose life you're going to change. So I think just being consistent and let God do his thing. And he's going to
Yeah.
lead the right people to you and you to the right people.
Absolutely. And I think we could definitely go on all day, but I do want to get to a couple questions and then we do have our team, our regular team stuff. So I could go on all day with you, but obviously everybody does have other things they have to get to. So I'm going to
Mhm.
take a couple questions in the chat. You can, if you have other questions for Des, obviously they can find you through social media, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's just
Okay.
Desiree
And
dot Blas, I think. Yeah.
yeah, and Elise, is that your name?
Zay. She
Elise?
goes by Zay. Yeah.
No, Elise, Elise,
It,
Elise.
it's they,
What is it?
Alizé.
Alex.
Alizé.
Alize, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She had a good idea. She said, everybody put your social media in there. Camden's my guy, so he's going to actually he's going to take everybody's written down. Go ahead and post it in the chat and he'll write it all down. And I'll share it all with you, Des, and you can share it to your team. That would be
Yeah.
great. And then let me see. I'm going to go through a couple of questions. Lori, she kind of answered that. How did she start recruiting? I think it was through social media, correct, Des?
Yeah. Social media.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. And then who would you recommend? Who's your favorite person to watch on YouTube as a new agent?
Honestly, it was Grady. Grady has a
Brady Folsom.
slew of videos. Yeah, and he has so many different guests on. So yeah, I would go watch some of Grady's stuff. I would subscribe to his
Perfect.
channel. Yeah.
And Prez said, how valuable has attend? Oh, there's a good one. How valuable has
Wow.
a, I know the answer to this one. Has attendance at events been toward your personal and business growth?
Jeez. It is like that is one of the most important things because we live in a
Yeah,
virtual world and this is great. Seeing you guys on Zoom's awesome. But when you get in person, you hug, you shake
in
hands.
person. Yeah.
I got close to Heather because we were at some lock and I was like, "Yo, I've seen you on like what's up? I've seen you on YouTube." Like cuz I don't see her on a daily basis via Zoom, but you get to go meet people and the thing is about energy and environment, it's so important. I would invest whatever money to get to wherever I need to go to get around top producers, to shake people's hands, to talk to them, to sit next to them. The energy is completely different. So it is very valuable, very, very valuable. I think we have 3 events a year. You should freaking do whatever possible to get there.
There's going to
Sit in
be
the front.
another magical one in October. This is a little preview for everyone. It's going to be called the Great El Paso Lock-In. You just
Ooh,
got your first preview, October 28th through, I
let's
think it's the
go.
first.
Let's
Yeah, it's
go.
through the first. So you'll see that in a little bit. Anyways, it is important. And then as well as that, I think Kathleen's question rolls into that. What percentage of activity do you use your full license for, basically? I think
Yeah.
that's what her question is.
Yeah, all IULs. I mean, obviously, if they could get an IUL, but then if they can't, then whole life. That's the lead type I run is IULs. I've probably done last year. I maybe did 5 annuities, maybe. This year, I want that to be a very common thing in my production. Be more comfortable with annuities, and you guys don't need to
Hmm.
know everything about everything with annuities. Just need to know how to ask the golden question. Every script. Every lead type should have the golden question. If you don't know what it is, this is what it is, right? Hey, Kathleen, do you have anything that acts like life insurance that's going to transfer to your husband if you drop dead tomorrow? Anything like a 401k, IRA, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, significant savings, money under the mattress? Do you have anything that, if you didn't have this life insurance policy that's going to go to them? Well, I think I have a 401k. Okay, with your current employer or with like an old one, like what do you got? Well, with my, I have a current one and one with my old employer. Okay, great. How much is in your current employer's 401k? Ballpark. 50,000. Okay, great. And then what about the old one? Honestly, like 20,000. Okay, great. Awesome. Well, I'm going to take note of this. Finish the life insurance appointment.
Right.
Finish the life insurance appointment. Circle back and say, hey, real quick, Kathleen, I noticed you have like a 401k kind of floating around. Then you have one with work. The one that's floating around, is that being managed at all? Is that just kind of like left on its own? What's going on? Well, I didn't know what to do with it. I left the employer and I just get statements mailed to me. Okay, great. So I actually help in like the safe retirement department. I work with a specialist that's all they do. Okay. If I could show you a way where you'll never lose money in that 401k, but you still have the ability to earn interest over time when the market goes up, is that something you'd find value in? Yes, great. Well, how about this? Let me go check their schedule, but let me put you in tentatively. How's the same time tomorrow? Can you grab that old statement? Yeah, I can. Great. And then I'm just obviously you save their number because that's your client now for the life insurance. And then you book an appointment with a specialist and that's it, right? And it might be
Yep.
choppy the first couple times, but that's how you set up that annuity question. And then from there, you watch a couple of those and you're going to get more comfortable with the language of it, but it's really simple. There's no health questions or anything. It's actually easier and it's just explaining the concept that they'll never lose money or pay fees.
Which you guys will get if you go to the SRS liftoff call every Thursday at 12 noon, you're going to get that. So you're going to get more comfortable with it. So Des,
Please, yeah.
I appreciate you so much for sharing with us and pouring into our team. We truly appreciate your time and the wisdom that you just gave us. It was so beneficial to me. There are a couple people had a few more questions, so make sure you friend her or do whatever that's called social media
Yeah.
wise to Des and ask her those questions. She's more than willing to help. She's always helped me. So everybody do like the fake hand thing or whatever reaction that there
Yeah.
is here. I'll even do one. Bam.
Thank you, Heather. And last thing I'll say,
Thank
just
you.
one last thing. I promise you guys, like you'll never fail unless you quit. Just please, just keep going. This is the best industry, the best opportunity in the entire world. Like we have a product that really helps people, and you have no cap to your freaking income, right? That identity that you have in yourself, that passion, that drive, grow it, like breathe fire into that, not the other stuff. Right? Not the stuff, not the doubt, not the discouragement. Like, F all of that. If you have haters in your corner, like, dude, don't even talk to them. Talk to Heather. Get around the right people. Brainwash yourself with like good things that are happening for you. So, anyways, I wanted to say that
Thank
you
you,
guys are in
Des.
good hands. I appreciate you. Thank you, Heather. And I can't wait to see you next.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. And we are still going to do our, you're welcome to stay, guys. You're welcome to stay, but I am going to stop the recording.